Viewers, it's your girl, Lady L to the IPS. Yes. And I am here with the big homie. I'm going to let him introduce himself because he's very special.
It's your man DJ BroRabb, Mr. Lord Have Mercy, official tour DJ, hip hop duo, kid and play, butter team, all that good stuff. How you doing?
So much for joining me. So I just want to let my audience know how I came across your dopeness, okay? I was fresh to North Carolina. I love a good party. And it was New Year's Eve 2023. And I was like, I need to bring my new year into doing something dope. Right? You
2023.
were DJing at, I think it was downtown Raleigh and the train station. They had two levels.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
I was upstairs getting my drink on because I had paid for the open bar, and then I came downstairs because I was getting ready to go. I was gonna call my Uber, and you had the shit on fire. I was like, oh my God. It was such a dope set that when the next day I end up emailing the promoter, the host, whoever it was, and was like, who is that DJ? I need to follow him. So that's how I came across you. And now I try to tap into your parties anytime I can. But you said in your intro that you are the official tour DJ of Kid and Play. How did that come
Yes.
about?
Um, oof. We have to go back to 2003. Me and my crew, the butter team, we did a documentary called Welcome to Durham. And Play at the time was working at North Carolina Central with Knife Wonder with the hip hop class, and he did our narrations for us. So after we did the whole Welcome to Durham thing, I started attending the class, just going, and from there we just started working on various projects together. Because at the time, Kid and Play wasn't active, but the 25th anniversary of House Party came along and the phone started ringing again. So he said, "Hey, why not? Let's do some shows." And this whole "I Love the '90s" tour came about with Salt and Pepper, Rob Bass, Tone Loc, Vanilla Ice, uh, All for One. It was a big roster of '90s acts. And Play asked me, did I want to tour with him? I said, sure, of course. So this was around 2016. I did the first show at Microsoft Theater in LA, and it's been on ever since.
The big city. And I would like to think that as a tour DJ
Mhm.
for some hip hop legends like Kid and Play and the like, you've been in big cities, small towns. Do you have a favorite venue or location that you just feel like the people there just electrify me and really get me in my
I don't think I have a favorite, but what I will say, and this is just something I've noticed through all the years and all the tours that we've done, secondary markets seem to be a little more appreciative than the bigger places, because they get shows all the time. We talking the LAs, the Chicagos, uh the big cities, the big markets. They get shows all the time, but we go somewhere like Missoula, Montana, places like that. They seem to be way more appreciative because it's a secondary market, and I don't think cities like that get shows all the time. So when something do come, they all come out in droves and in support. So seem like those are a little more electrifying, if that makes sense.
It does. It does. So as a DJ, like how do you prepare for those sets? Like when you're DJing for an artist group, do they tell you, okay, this is how it's going to go? When you're in between their acts, do you pick up on the crowd's energy? What determines what you play and when?
Well, as far as Kid and Play, we have a structured show that we do, and depending on how much time we have, the more time we have, the more things we can do. The more songs we can do, the more camaraderie we can have with the audience. When I rock with other artists, it's just simply we got to sit down and plan it out, but and DJing a show, a party, something like that, I just go off the vibe of the crowd. I like to know what I'm getting into, so I could be in that state of mind.
Mm.
You know,
So you've done tours, right? You've been with big
yes.
names. You also done parties. As a DJ,
Hmm.
do you have a preference? Because people can look at you and be like, dang, I want to do what BroRabb do. He out here, he on big stages, he rubbing elbows with a lot of the R&B and hip hop celebrities. But is there something special about just DJing a normal set away from the glitz and the glamour, or do you appreciate that limelight?
I like it all actually. I mean, I just pretty well, you know, if that makes sense. I like it all. I like being in front of people.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. So there's no preference for you. There's no environment that you tend to thrive in. You, as a DJ, you really could play any set anywhere in front of anybody.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool. So I was born in the 80s. I grew up in the 90s. We hear that decade differentiation a lot. Not necessarily saying you got to say what decade you were born, but is there a specific decade of music that just moves you more than others?
Uh, I say I was born in the '70s, but I love playing '70s and '80s music. And I mean, and I love the '90s because I DJed all through the '90s. Nothing against the new music. Some of it I like, some of it I don't like. But I mean, whatever the people want to hear, I ride with it. But far as a favorite, I love '70s and '80s music,
You prefer hip hop or R&B?
both,
You pick
both.
a genre.
I'm a hip hop dude, but I love R&B. Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. And I feel like I've been to parties where they've been R&B straight parties that you just singing your little heart out. It's almost like group karaoke.
I love those. Those are so dope. I love doing those.
Yeah,
Those,
I've been
those are
to
awesome.
one, and you could sing actually. You was singing. And I was like, oh, okay, this is his thing. So I do want to ask you, what was the moment you knew DJing was for you? You could have went any path you wanted, but you was like, you know what, these turntables is my passion.
Oh man, we had to go back. Um, I remember when I was little, around '83 or whatever. My mother's a beautician, right? And her and her best friend used to work in the same beauty salon. And what they would do, or what they did, I should say, they had two Christmas parties. They had one for the kids and they had one for the adults. So when we had the one for the kids, I was around 7 or 8 years old at the time. And my mother's best friend's two sons were DJs and they DJ'd the party. And I was just so fixated on what they was doing. I mean, I was so glued. And I think I caught the bug that night. And then one day, my mom took me, my mom took me over to their house, and they wasn't home. Her and her best friend, they was downstairs, doing what ladies do. So I was upstairs watching TV in the son's room. They wasn't home, but the equipment was hooked up. I knew how to I knew how to cut the equipment on, and they had all the records. So I was just up there, just playing with the records. And I said, I think that day I was like, okay, I gotta pursue this. And I'm like 8. 8 years, 8, 9 years old saying that, but I've always had the bug. You know what I mean? I always wanted to do it. So I guess right around the time I turned 14, I was in eighth grade. Get ready to leave eighth grade, get ready to go to ninth grade. I ran into one of my homies from elementary school when we was in we I went to High Point basketball camp the summer of '91, and him and his man they were rapping, and I was like, damn, I want to get down with what y'all doing. He was like, well, we need a DJ. I was like, well, hell, I'll be your DJ, knowing I didn't have any equipment. So that day I was like, well, now I got to go get some equipment because I already done told these dudes I was going to be their DJ. So once I got my first set of turntables, it was on from there. I haven't looked back, and we talking almost 35 years later.
That's pretty dope. So I know you said you like both R&B and hip hop. When did you first fall in love with hip hop? Who was the artist? If you can remember, what song was it where you was like, yo, this is the shit?
Uh, to be totally honest, if we're gonna do that, I have to talk about the first hip hop record I ever owned, and it was a record called "It's Nasty" by Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, and I had to be about 5 years old, and they rapped over the. You remember that old Genius of Love record? What you gonna do when you get out of jail? I'm gonna have some fun. Fun, natural fun. That record. They was rapping over that beat. So I guess I would say that was my introduction to hip hop. And no, the term hip hop, that was I guess that was my introduction. Right along with Curtis Blow, The Breaks, and Grandmaster Flash the Furious Five had another record called Freedom. My older cousin from Jamaica, Queens, New York came to Durham to go to North Carolina Central, and she stayed with us. My mother took her in, and she had records. So all those records I just named, the Breaks, Freedom, Grandmaster Flash, she had those records. So I was like, between that and the first hip hop record that I've ever owned, that was my introduction to what we call hip hop.
Mm, I think I was too young for them, but my aunt, shout out to my aunt Kim,
Mhm.
biggest
You probably
music fan.
what year? Wait, well, you don't mind me asking, what year was you born?
81.
Yeah, you just touched down when Freedom was out. Well, no, Freedom was 80. I think It's Nasty was 81, like right at 81. Because I was old enough to know it.
Mm.
So you just got here in 81. That was a hell of a record. I'll send you an MP3 of it.
I think I'll appreciate it too. So as a lover of music, and I'm not gonna say because I will sing a song, but I'm usually not having the lyrics 100% correct. I will ad lib with my own words. I'm so serious.
Most
But I
people
love
don't. It's
music
okay.
and it moves me. And I find that
Hmm.
being that I don't pay attention to the words, the beat is what will solidify a song for me. As a DJ, when you're listening to your set and what you're gonna play next, what do you focus on for your blend?
I'll be the first to admit there's a lot of records out here that are huge, and I only know it by beat and chorus. I really don't listen to the words. Some of the words I don't know. I give you a prime example, and I call me the old man or whatever. Swag surfing. All I know is, man, I got that swag, and I know the little left to right, and I know the chorus. But ask me to sing any of the verse, I can't do it. But I know that beat. That's weird, ain't it?
First of all, that's I'm gonna speak for both of us. I think that's genre. That's our generation. Like the kids who grew up, they probably can sing it word for word, and I'm still like, what are you saying? I can't figure it out. I remember the first song I learned word for word was Little Kim and Biggie. the another one because I used to record it on the
Oh,
radio.
ah,
It was
yeah, that's a
raunchy.
classic.
She record it on the radio, stop, play it, write down the lyrics. Cause so yeah, I can't even get into the new school of music. I'll tell you that. But you know what? One of my favorite all time songs is top five. So serious. Computer Love by Zach and Roger. And I very rarely hear it played in the club. As a DJ, is there a reason for that?
Well, it depends what party you at and who's playing, who's DJing. I play it all the time. I love that record. Bring back a lot of childhood memories. Hmm. Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna be listening for it at one of your sets. If you see me there, pay homage to me and be like, "This for you." I
I
love
sure
it, but
will.
I don't hear it much.
Yeah, depending on who the DJ is and what kind of party you at. You know, I love playing that record.
You following it up with because the beat is unique and it's like auto tune the whole song.
I mean, I could be in my slow set or my classic set or whatever. I really don't have a set song to play after it. You know, like I said, I go by the vibe. But I play that record pretty often.
I said you said you go by the vibe depending on what you play next. I was asking, is it your vibe or the crowd's vibe?
A little bit of both. More them than me, because I'm playing for them.
You're playing for them. Okay.
Yes.
All right, I like it. So let me ask you, you've been on tour, you've been around some great people. What's one of your most memorable moments DJing for Kid and Play?
Oh, oof. I got quite a few. It's been about 3 or 4 years now. We did Black Music Honors on Bounce TV, and we opened the award show. So they gave us 7 minutes, and it was televised, of course. That was a memorable moment, and I did the Hollywood Bowl with them. It was like a black cinema tribute type show. It had to been about 15,000 people, and I did that with them, and that was very memorable.
Hmm.
But we've done a lot of shows, but those two that I just named, those two stand out to me.
See on your Instagram, you've met so many celebrities. I think you posted Big Daddy Kane not too long ago. I want to say even
He's a
MC Light. Um,
mhm.
who have you ever been like starstruck? Like, oh my God, I can't believe me. This dude, young boy from a small town in North Carolina, is meeting you right now.
Let me think. I ran into Eddie Lavert of the OJ's in the airport. That was a big one. That was a big one. Um, I remember CC Peniston got on the elevator with me once. Ooh, Lord. Who else? Uh,
Did you introduce yourself? Did you get autographs? Did you ask for a picture? How did that go?
um, one thing I've done over the years, if I know we're going to be on a show with certain people, I go to one of my record libraries and get an album cover. So hopefully, when I run into them, they'll sign it, and of course, pictures. But I love getting autographed album covers. I have a whole collection of those.
Yeah, I feel like when you do your mini sets, your samples on Instagram, do you have a crate? They still call it digging in the crates for a reason, right?
I mean, people still use the term, sure. But
All
what
electronic
was you
now.
saying about Instagram? What was you saying about Instagram?
I was saying you had like you would do like mini sets on your Instagram where you like at your turntables and you're DJing. And I feel like I've seen you have crates of albums nearby or something.
Mate, we used to do sets during COVID. Remember, we used to do those, but in recent times, what sometimes I'll just just I just press record, and I'll just do like a blend, and I'll post it. You probably see
Collabing.
more of my you probably see more of my sneakers than my records.
You know what's so funny is when I said it, I was like, maybe it's not the records. I think it's the bottles of sneakers that you own. You own like an exorbitant amount of footwear, you say, right?
Oh, I love sneakers. It's part of the culture. Most DJs are gonna have some kind of sneaker collection. I think
Your sneakers with
that's
your
one thing
suit.
I do love about. Say what now?
I think you rock your sneakers with your suit.
Oh yeah, I'll do that. I mean, I got dress shoes too, but that's one thing I love about touring. Sometimes we'll hit a mall or something, and I might see something that I didn't see here, and hopefully, when the money works, I can get them.
Fair. I got two more questions for you. I want to
Okay.
know what what's next for you. What is an ideal project for DJ BroRabb that would like make you feel like, all right, I've done it all, I've seen it all. I'm stamping my DJ career. Anything I do from here on out is just fun. Is there like a project that is like of utmost magnitude where you like this? I'm glad I got this opportunity.
Honestly, I haven't really thought about that because I still feel I have more to do as a DJ. I still have more to do. I thought about other projects and ventures that I would like to get into. I would love to start a podcast. I've been playing with that idea. During COVID, I had my own line of popcorn. I'm thinking
Oh,
about relaunching it. And of course, the BroRabb merch. I had glasses, as in like thermos type glasses, and I had BroRabb masks for COVID. Um, what else? You know, BroRabb slip mats for DJs to put on their turntable before they put the record on. I dabbled and dabbled in a few things, but I really would like to start a podcast and interview other DJs, like DJ interviewing another DJ. You know what I mean? I think that'll be dope.
I think it would, because I don't know if that exists. Like you see athletes, you see actresses or actors, but I haven't seen any DJs interviewing DJs.
Hmm. And I did that before. Let me see. Before COVID, I was in the process of making an album, but we lost a lot of the files in a freak accident. I would love to revisit making an album. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I would
Mm-hmm.
love to re I would love to redo some of those tracks that we lost. And I mean, of course, me and my crew, we can always recreate them. Might even make them better. We talking years later, you know?
I watched the Pivot podcast with Ryan Clark and them, and they had like their list of special guests, and one of them was former President Obama. As a DJ who's
Wow.
going to have the biggest music DJ podcast the world has ever seen, who's going to be your top three guests? Who's your ideal guest list?
Grandmaster Flash, Kid Capri, and Red Alert. Oh, let's add Jazzy Jeff to that too. So let's make it four.
Grandmaster Flash, Kid Capri, Red Alert, and who was the fourth? Jazzy Jeff?
Yes.
Oh, oh, I like that. I think you should do it. I'm gonna hype you up. I'm hyping you up. My last question for you, Bro Rab, is you we all are familiar with soundtracks, musical soundtracks on movies, and actually, I'm getting caught up on Reasonable Doubt, which is a TV series, and I'm listening to the soundtrack, and I'm realizing how dope it is because I'm a person who never paid attention to movie soundtracks or TV soundtracks. If there was,
Uh-huh.
are you a movie head?
I like classic movies. Some of the newer ones are cool, but you want to talk about soundtracks? I'm big on the classic soundtracks. Like oh man, boy, you remember the Boys in the Hood track?
Okay.
That was one of my favorites. Poetic Justice, Love Jones.
Hmm. I
It's
like
so
those.
many. Man,
No,
see,
that's cool.
back when soundtracks were soundtracks.
Sure. Because I feel like I couldn't name you one or two songs off any of those soundtracks because I didn't pay attention to them. To me, they were just musical backgrounds for movies that I love, and it was like a transitional thing, but I didn't pay attention. So there's a young boy out there who's 8, 12, 14,
Hmm.
or a young lady, and they're like, I've always admired DJs, and I think that's a cool profession, and they want to get into it. What's the biggest lesson you've learned being a DJ, and what would you pass along to other aspiring DJs?
Learn it, learn as much of the history as you can, and be original. Those will be the main two.
Be
Yeah,
original. What does that mean?
come up with your own. It's, be your own person, your own identity. Come up with your own style, your own thoughts, your own ideas. And what I really mean by that is we're all influenced by something. But just don't be out here biting people. Take something that you heard that influenced you and take it, flip it, and kind of make it your own. You know what I mean? Does that make sense to you?
It makes a lot of sense to me. And I hope it makes sense to them. Be original. I like that. Well, you literally could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you sat in your car and you talked to me for 20 minutes. So, thank you. I appreciate you. And I missed the whole homecoming set because I was on call for work. But I definitely look forward to seeing you do your thing before the year is out. Thank you for joining me tonight.
Appreciate you.
You know?
All right, give me a holler. All right.
Right. Take it easy. Good night.
Good night.